I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back to Bachelor AM with Kelsey Meyer and my beautiful co-host, Sanam Moore. Today we are joined by the one and only Dustin Kendrick. You may know him from his fabulous dishes he posts on Instagram or Hannah B's spicy season of The Bachelorette. Thank you so much for joining us, Dustin. We're so excited.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I'm excited too.
Oh, of course. We want to start out by asking you, so you're in Chicago right now. How the heck has everything been there?
Chicago's been actually really weird the last couple of months. It's been like a ghost town. Just recently, we started opening up restaurants and whatnot, and there's patios that are open. So right now, I mean, with the weather getting better, the energy's good right now. So we're thankful that we can get a little patio. So we're happy.
Oh my gosh! And have you been protesting or anything? Has it been? It's always so fascinating to like listen to different people. I mean, we're so in our LA bubble over here, and not necessarily bubble with everything happening. You see it, but it's like hearing firsthand from people who are in these big cities like Chicago, like DC, like New York. You know, it's so interesting to hear just the different stories. So how's it been with Black Lives Matters over there?
Yeah, so I've done 3 protests so far. They've been good. They've been peaceful. Yeah. My first one, I was nervous. It's my first protest. I was telling people, hey, is this your first? It's my first. I didn't know how necessarily it all went down, but it was fun. It was a great experience. A lot of peaceful people and just getting the message across. It was good.
You said it was your first protest. What were your feelings and what made you want to even go protest? Because, it can get scary out there and, some people are on the fence. So what made you want to make this your first protest?
I just, throughout the years, I never really got involved with the protests. I've always been a supporter of Black Lives Matter. But this year, it just really, really called out to me. And I felt like me being half Black, I just needed to step it up a little bit and let it be known of what's going on out there and get the message across to others that are unaware and uneducated. And that's where I stood. It spoke to me this time.
That's awesome. And you said you've gone to 3 and they've all been peaceful. Are there more that you like after your 3 where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like lit up. I need to keep going to these. These are so amazing. Or were you like, I'm tired?
No. For sure. I definitely want to keep on going to more. Yeah. As long as I go to the right ones that are for the right message and that are peaceful, and I'm all for it, 100%.
I love it. I get so fired up. I mean, we have so many of our hosts, and I mean, so many friends, family, everyone just supporting, and it's just so moving. And I walk down. I'm right on Sunset, and so now it's close to me. And there was the whole like Pride and BLM movement we had it on Sunday, and it was wild. Just the energy was insane.
For sure. I feel like, everyone should go protest once. And also it being Pride Month too, I try to tell people like, the LGBTQ community is right there with us. They need love. They need support. People aren't all the way educated with their history as well. Yeah. But again, like I said, with people love Black culture. So with people that love Black culture, you need to educate yourself with the Black history. And the same thing goes on to the LGBT community. We all love, that culture. Yeah. Like one of my favorite shows right now is Queer Eye.
I was just going to say, I was like, you can say Queer Eye.
Everyone loves Queer Eye.
I love it. Like,
Who's your
I just
favorite?
Love it. So, Jonathan.
We love him.
Jonathan. If me and Jonathan worked together, he would be my work husband for sure. Yeah.
You guys, I met Anthony one time and quite literally cried.
Did you? He's always crying. He makes me want to cry every time. He gets so emotional. You should tell him to come cook with me in Chicago sometime. If you
You know, I wish I was better friends with him. I wish I could tell him. But one day, and you can
One
cook
day.
for Sanaa and I both. You both can cook
Sounds
for
good.
us. How about that?
I will, for sure.
I love it. But that's a great point. I mean, that's why I just think it's exciting. At first, it was like, oh my gosh, May is crazy. And the more and more people I've talked to, it's like, no, May needed to happen. All these months needed to happen. It's like now things are actually changing, and it's kind of exciting. It's kind of exciting. I'm ready for quarantine to be done, though.
For
How's
sure.
your Speaking of quarantine, wait, I'm like, I just thought of it myself. You were quarantined with Peter and Kelly. How the heck did that happen?
I was. I guess they had like this, love thing going on that no one knew about. And he secretly was in Chicago with her. And one day he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you think I'm doing? I'm at home quarantined."
Literally nothing.
He's like, "Come outside in 45 minutes. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Don't say nothing. Don't tell nobody. Just come outside in 45 minutes. I come out and I jump in this car and Kelly's driving. I'm like, "What is going on?" And then Pete pops out of the back and scares the shit out of me. And after that, we were just decided that we're just going to quarantine it out together. And I third wheeled hard, really hard. But it was a great time. Those are great people.
You killed it. And you cooked for them. They're so lucky.
Yeah, well, Kelly cooked for us more.
Oh,
she
Kel.
really threw down. She's got some skills. Yeah.
I love
Maybe
it.
you guys can have a cook-off.
We should. Yeah, we talked about it before. I'm doing this cooking series right now called Herd Chef, and definitely going to get her on there for sure.
I love that. Did you watch or have you been watching The Bachelor Greatest of All Time?
I haven't. No.
Oh my gosh.
I've never watched The Bachelor, Bachelorette until I was on there. That's the first one I've watched. I should have did more research before going on there, but I haven't been keeping up. I should though.
I think
You said you would do more.
No, I was just going
What's
to
that?
say, Sanaa was, Eric said that to us too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never, I never watched it. I didn't really want to go on the show. Someone referred me, and I just said turned 30, and I was like, I don't know, I'll give it a shot. And I didn't know how big a spectrum like that show is. It's so huge, and I was just totally clueless.
You said you would have done more research before you got on the show. So what's if you could name like 3 things you wish you would have known before going on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
I wish I would have just watched how, like I was clueless. I never watched it before. I guess I didn't know the drama was going to be like so much. I don't know. I guess I would have been just more vocal, but I don't really regret much. I met some really great people. I had some great moments again with Hannah. They weren't really aired, but I met great people and it was good.
Wait,
what were some of those moments that didn't hit the screen?
Yeah, so a lot of people when they hear my name, they're like, "Who? Dustin who?"
We knew.
And like I was on the top 9, and no one really, like, I never got airtime, but there was a reason I was getting a rose every week. And there was a lot of funny moments like me and Hannah did, like me fake reading her palm and moved in for a kiss. And there were like other romantic, funny things they didn't show. And
wait,
it's unfortunate, but it's all good.
That's crazy. Did you ever have like any conversations with anyone about that not airing where you're like, wait, what?
No, I mean, well, it kind of goes back to this, what's been going on of everyone, saying we need a Black lead and more diversity in the show. And, thinking about it, I'm like, I'm all for it because I kind of felt like there was only enough airtime for one token Black guy. I kind of felt like for one, and that was like Mike was outspoken and all this, and like really, well deserved too. But again, with the change of everything, I felt like I stand up for this because there was a lot of stuff that was lost, and maybe I just, didn't get that airtime because there could only be so many minorities that get there. I don't know, but that's how I kind of feel. So.
Hi,
Sophie. I'm sorry.
Hi, Sophie.
Sophie supports
Don't
me.
be sorry. That's crazy.
Sophie's like, don't do my dad like this.
For real.
But it's all good. I don't regret it at all.
Okay. Dustin, we have to know because you were one of the people who I feel like got a lot of like attention and traction for signing this Bachelor diversity petition, which I actually sent to all 300 of my email contacts. So sorry to everyone. I was like, oh my God. But why did that speak so much to you? And did you think that they were going to follow up on all of those things?
I definitely, well, first of all, it spoke to me again because like I said, like I was like one of the people of color on the show and didn't really get that much airtime. I thought there was a lot of moments that I thought would have been great to, show besides me just being the mystery guy that got a rose for some reason. So yeah, it made me like, I really felt strongly about it, after so many seasons, so many years, only one black lead. It's been time for a change. And for sure, feel very strongly about it. I want other people of color that go on the show and feel comfortable and get the airtime they deserve and become leads and just get the same opportunities as everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you spoke about different changes happening. So if they ever called you to be a producer on the show or anything, or help with casting in that process, what would be some things you would change about the casting process and production?
I'll just say this too real quick. The producers work a lot of hours and they work really hard. Like bless their hearts, but I would never do that. But if there was something I would change, I think it just goes to, casting people of more diversity, people with, I guess, experience with diverse people besides, having a league that's never dated someone of color before. And I guess that's things I would change for sure. And I would, background checks to make sure we don't have anyone that's against or, racist by any means.
Right.
I was told that we've had some of those in the past on like Rachel's season before. So I think that's the only thing I would really change. Just, fair airtime for all minorities and just more opportunity for these people to come in.
Yeah, that's wild. That's such an interesting point because like you said, they can even show that they have a diverse cast, but then again, cut the people they want to cut. So that will be really interesting, I think, with this new season and with Matt. I was listening actually to Sean Lowe and Mike on Mike's live today. And Sean spoke to something that I had zero idea about, that the producers ask whoever the Bachelor or the Bachelorette is kind of like what their preference is, what they're attracted to, right? So I'm hoping that, I don't know, it will just be such a diverse cast as well as crew, but like cast that they are forced to show this diversity. And I don't know, that will be really, really interesting.
For sure. I remember when I, was going in for my interview, I think they asked everyone, like, what type of, like, what are you into or whatnot. So I think they do that for even like contestants. But yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. I'm excited to see Matt's cast.
You're friends with Mike and Matt and Tyler and all of them. Were you shocked that it wasn't Mike?
I think I was kind of shocked the first time. I thought it was going to be Mike. I mean, I'm happy, Pete also got it, It's like having kids and, you don't have a favorite. Whoever gets it, you're just happy for them. But yeah, I thought Mike would get it. I'm not sure if there's, I'm not sure why he didn't get it. I did have a feeling like Matt. I knew he was casted in there, and I know Matt's a great choice. I've known him for almost a year now, and he's got a great heart, great guy. I'm excited to see, and I'm excited for the world to see the kind of guy he is too.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We're like, yes. No, it will be good. I'm just very excited to see. Like, I think that was a start for them, but it's like, all right, let's see what else you continue to do. So besides casting, what else would you want to see from them?
What else would I want to see? I guess again, like supporting, like like on this last season at the end, Chris Harrison showed with Lindsay like how much hate there is from out there. You know, how many people are out there just you know being hateful to people of the cast and like being racist and all this thing. And I think they need to have the contestants back when it comes to that. You know, show support that they have their back and just not let them just deal with it on their own. That's what I would say.
Yeah, she and I talked about that, and that was, I mean, she's such a strong, confident, like amazing woman. Sophie agrees. Yes, girl.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, watching her break down about that.
Whoops. Sorry. I'm back.
You're good. Hey. But watching her break down about that was just, I mean, heartbreaking. And
yeah.
And I said the same thing to her. I was like, oh, no one had your back. And she was like, some people did, but yeah, fewer than I had hoped, kind of thing. And oof.
Yeah, and she's such like a strong Black woman too, because she takes she took all that weight, you know. She shouldn't have to take that weight, but she takes all that weight. You know, anytime there's an issue with, you know, race, she's always there to step in and correct it. And that just says a lot about her, you know. Yeah. I don't know if I could be as brave or strong as her, and it just says a lot about her, you know. And I give her all the props for that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Do you have, Sana and I are both very curious. We were chatting before this. If you have plans about meeting up with people after quarantine, any Bachelor little hangouts that are happening or being scheduled?
I do plan on seeing some friends here when everything, you know, opens up. Especially a lot of guys from the show and whatnot. Not too much the women because I don't know them or anything, but I do look forward to seeing the fellas at some point.
What'll be the first thing you guys do? Like, what do you guys like to do for fun?
I think we're just like everyone else, you know. We want to eat food, get some drinks, and then just enjoy each other's company, you know? That's it.
Same.
Yeah.
And you said Chicago's opening, so...
It's opening. It is opening. It's patio season. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I tell everyone that quarantine's the worst right now because it's summer and it's patio season. But, yeah, now... I was walking down Sunset.
Well, you guys have good weather year round, you know.
I know,
so
true.
That is true.
We only get a couple months and we're back to the dungeon.
It was snowing, I believe, in May, even on top of that, or April.
I think it snowed. Yeah, we had a nice, like 70-degree day, and I think the next following week it snowed.
You guys, that's why I would never live in Chicago. Any summertime, I love Chicago. Winter, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Chicago's like that toxic relationship. You know, you have those bads, but those goods are so good, and they just bring right back into it. And summertime shy, it makes you forget everything about winter.
Oh my gosh. Well, you have to tell us more about your cooking show, which looks amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's called Herd Chef. We did one episode right before quarantine, so we weren't able to continue. But it's a travel log around Chicago chefs. And I meet with these chefs. They tell me a little bit about themselves, how they got started. Sometimes it could get a little raunchy, which is funny. But and they also teach me how to cook, which is good too. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So
I'll give you a secret. I don't know. So normally I ask something inappropriate or very personal. If you don't answer, you have to take a shot. And they get to do that with me too. And this last one, I might have had to get a tattoo if I didn't answer or not. So
I saw
when it airs, you guys. So you guys might have to see after it airs.
Oh
yes.
Where would the tattoo be?
I don't know. We have to see.
Oh my god.
Give you a little sneak peek. But yeah,
juicy.
Tune in. It's really good. It's really funny too. It's not like your typical cooking show. You can learn a little bit about it, a little bit as you go, but it's just entertainment. It's fun.
Well, I'm excited.
What's a dish that you
go ahead? Sam.
What's a dish that you've learned how to cook that you didn't know how to cook before?
See, that's the thing. I don't really know how to cook that well. So
it looks like you cook well.
I could put. I'm learning, but I start from scratch. Like I'm one of the guys that never used to cook, and I still don't I don't like cooking for myself, but so far we've cooked steak and red snapper. The red snapper, it was all phenomenal. I've learned some tips along the way, but I'm nowhere near. Like I would be embarrassed if you guys ate my food. It would be trash. You guys would be like, "This is trash." But
so no cooking on the first. So if you have, your date come over and they're wanting for you to cook for them, what would you cook?
It depends. I like things that are simple. I don't know. I like making like an egg drop soup. It's like it's like ramen noodles, and you just drop an egg in there, and then you just put some seasoning on top, and it looks more fancy and bougie than what it really is. And it's just like something like that would be nice and easy.
Because that sounds very, like when you first said it, I'm like, that's simple for you?
That's literally what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Well, you can come to LA and cook for us anytime.
For sure. Maybe we'll bring a show out there and do some chefs in LA.
For sure. Real. I know. After quarantine, I'm like, I need people sitting next to me.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah. I got a hug the other day. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Who was the hug from?
Just my friends I haven't seen in a while.
Okay.
I hug my I know you're right. Get some tea. No tea.
Lame. Just kidding.
Well, are you dating anyone?
It's been hard to date, but I will say I've been talking to, I don't know where it'll go, but I've been talking to someone.
Finding
very
love
casual
on the quarantine dating apps.
I know, right? It could get lonely during quarantine. I was the third wheel for a while,
I know.
But
are they, okay, we have to ask this though. Are they someone from the franchise? Because y'all seem to stay really in that circle.
Is it someone from the franchise that I've been talking to? It's not. No.
Okay, cool. You're one of the others. I'm like, they all seem. I respect that.
I might be done with the friend. I kind of like being somewhat a normal guy. It's kind of nice not getting recognized here and there, and all that glam and glitter. I kind of like just
chilling.
It's kind of nice going back into reality and being like a normal guy. I'll leave that. If I want to get that taste, I'll go hang out with Cameron or Tyler or Peter or Mike, but I like being a nice, easy, chill guy. No fame, no nothing.
I need to know though, are you and Barb besties or what?
Me and Barb are besties. She's from Chicago. She used to live in Chicago.
Know that. Barb scares me. But I think I love her.
I stayed at their house in December when I was over there. They kept me in the house for not kept me, but I stayed at their house for 3 or 4 days. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love them. Wow. They're great. Her and her husband, they're the cutest thing. They're goals. They are goals.
No, that's why I was asking if you watched the Greatest of All Time, because Chris had Peter on there with Kelly, and they officially announced that they were together.
Oh, yeah.
And they brought Barb in, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I love Barb.
I love it. Well, what's your first thing? I mean, you said get drinks with friends, but besides that, after quarantine, what's the first thing you're going to do?
I don't know. I think I'm not going to try to go back into my old habits. I think quarantine was a good way for me to restart my brain and try new things and, hang out with friends, of course, but maybe just self-improvement and just seeing how I can better myself, every day. But friends, family, and just self-improvement.
We heard that. Heard that. Well, Dustin, I want you to promote everything or anything on here that you feel like you can. You talked about your cooking show, which we're excited for. Oh, actually,
sure.
So is your cooking show going to be on Instagram?
So we're going to put it on YouTube, but I will promote it on Instagram. Me and Clay, if anyone's watching, they're from Chicago. Me and Clay are going to start doing fitness classes at the parks. Chicago's very segregated, and we want to get these classes of, workout classes around Chicago at these different park areas, north side, west side, south side, different trainers from all over, and just build a community and get, we got to stop the segregation in Chicago. So that's another thing we're going to do. And
I love that.
It'll all be on my IG.
Did you see Clay's tweet the other day? Sanaa and I were laughing about
No, what is that?
What was it, Sanaa? It was like an ex texted
It
him
says,
or something.
Oh yeah, I just saw that, right?
We were dying. It was like an ex texted him to get him on Matt's season.
I would be so offended. I would be so upset. Like, hell no, you ain't going on there.
Yeah,
hell
right.
No.
How did you two become friends?
I met Clay a week before I went on the show. Someone told me, oh, this guy was on there. We were at the same bar.
Oh, funny.
And I just went up to him. I was like, hey, you got any advice for me? He kind of laughed in my face. And ever since then, we've been cool, though.
And it's history.
What advice did he give you?
I don't remember. I know he laughed, though. He like, I don't know what you want me to tell you or anything. I forget. But it was something funny. He pretty much laughed. But, yeah.
He said, don't break your wrist.
I'm sorry.
In a
pretty much.
Thing.
Actually, all the Chicago guys get hurt. He broke his wrist. I actually sprained my ankle on that second episode. We were doing roller derby.
That's right.
And
oh yeah.
Keven from over here, he dislocated his shoulder. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, what the heck, you guys? You gotta break that.
Chicago guys gotta watch out.
Oh my god, that's wild. That's so wild.
It's to show how tough you guys are.
Yeah, we're tough. Well, we kind of use that to get closer to the lead, you know.
Oh,
hey.
You guys probably go on the dirt like, okay, I'm gonna sprain an ankle this time.
Like,
you can break your fingernail.
I didn't plan it, but it did give me the group date rose in mind, so I'll take it.
Wait, you said that. Did that scene play or not? I can't remember.
What's that?
Did the scene where you sprained your ankle? Like, did they show that?
That did. That was it. That was all I was on there for, pretty much.
That's so lame. I think we have a bone to pick with them. They need to release after their like greatest of all time things.
I wish they would. I took her, like, we were in this big ass mansion, and I was like, let's ballroom dance. Like, I sung like Beauty and the Beast and twirled her around, and I thought for sure that would go. But no.
That's such a bummer. That makes.
I would have loved to see that.
It's all good though.
Are you guys gonna watch? Are you gonna get a group to watch Matt's season?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna watch for sure. We gotta support.
I love
it. Probably have some kind of watch party here in Chicago.
We've got to have you back.
Do we have an invite?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are more than welcome. And I told Matt, like, I was telling Matt, I was like, you do know, like, you're the new Obama, right? Like, that's you are the new Barack Obama. And he started cracking up laughing. But it's true, you know, he's got to, you know, he'll be good anyways, but he's got to be perfect. But, you know.
The new Barack.
We've got to know once the show actually airs and you're able to kind of like see the contestants, we've got to know your top 5. I love doing that, the top 5, and then getting to see like who really makes it that far.
For sure. Last year, I watched the spoilers, and, you know, of course, you know, Pete didn't really tell me much, but I caught him in a couple of things, texting and whatnot, so I kind of knew what was going on. But this year, no spoilers. I just want to go in there, you know, fresh and have my picks. I don't want any spoilers this year.
I love it. Sorry, I totally, the Zoom thing sometimes, I'm like,
Oh, no.
Were you going to say something?
No, I was going to say I love it. And so, you know, Chicago is my hometown. So hopefully we can pull up and we can come and we can all just have like a watch party and get to kind of see everything.
Yeah. Let me know when you come in. I know a spot we can go. They'll take care of us for sure.
And next time you're in LA, the 3 of us will all have to hang out here. Even though you don't like being in the Bachelor spotlight, but our show's fun.
It's all good. It's all good. It would be a pleasure to be on there.
And we appreciate you so much, so much for taking your time today and hanging out with us. This was so much fun. And let us know. Keep posting about your protests and everything. I've been following on the Insta. I love it.
All right. I will. Yeah. Thank you guys. Hope to talk to you guys soon. And you guys go to a protest too. Get that experience. It's great.
Yeah, I went. I've been going to quite a few. I have. We'll talk. I have a lot of different experiences too.
She does. I'm like I'm dying because I haven't gone to one, but I also for work have to go see someone who's sick or I'm around like in the same vicinity. So I've stood like far up the street with my mask and I'm just like,
just wear that mask.
It's
Wear
emotional.
That mask.
It's, yeah. And honestly, I live vicariously through everyone else and Sanaa and James and some of our other hosts who have just been on the front lines, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
It's amazing. Well, thank you again. Thank you, Sanaa. And before we jump off here, Dustin, where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, the same name, Dustin B. Kendrick. I don't know what my TikTok is, but
yeah, that's right.
You can find me on TikTok too. I forget my handle. I don't know. I'm too old. I'm already too old to be on there, but
Same.
No,
but yeah,
never too old. Never too old to be on TikTok.
I'm all right. If you say so, I'll stay on there. Okay. All right. Since you say so, all right.
Like Sanaa can tell us, I feel old getting on there too, but I love it.
It's interesting. It's good.
I love me some TikTok.
I love it. And what about you, Sanaa?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at IAM_SANA_ and on Twitter at IAM_Sanaa.
I love
it. Let's start on Instagram. You guys start like a group message on IG so I can follow you guys back real quick. And,
yeah, we can all be real friends.
Yeah, and we could talk shit during match season. We could talk all
I'm
shit.
crying. I'm so excited. Like, friends in real life is I'm just like, I want to be friends with everyone. Everyone. I love it. And I'm Kels Meyer 2 on everything because number 1 was taken, which is such a bummer. But 2's more fun, right? And this was Bachelor AM with Kelsey Meyer and Sanaa Moore and Dustin Kendrick. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.